financial analyst trader, and today we will take a look on the market of what's going on and how can we make profits right now at the moment. If you have any questions about the trading or have the questions about the market, you can ask them in the chat. The chat today is being moderated, so I make sure to just answer the questions as soon as they will appear. And right now we've opened in the closed webinar a very good trade. We caught the movement from the Euro US dollar, and from US dollar itself we have a big reversal, as you can see on the graph. I'm currently looking at the 4-hour graph of the Euro US dollar. We will take a look on the 1-minute graph. We had some pretty rapid movement that started about an hour ago. So right now what we just did is that we used binaries again to catch this rapid movement from the US dollar, and hopefully we will get our first profit of the open webinar in the next 55 seconds. So don't forget, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat. I'll answer them as soon as possible. Good evening to all our followers. Hello, Michael. Hello, Dina. Hello, John. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Zoltan. I think I saw you last time on the webinar. Hello, yes. So what we are currently looking at. I'm currently want to open. I want, as soon as our trade with the Euro US dollar will expire, I want to invest our profit in the position with the dollar Japanese yen, and I'll explain why I'm doing that in the next few moments. And let's see how the price is going to behave itself. And here we got our profit, 7 euros, not bad. Okay, so the position to open now is here, this movement on the 15-minute graph of the dollar Japanese yen. As we see, the movement happened a little bit later. Not like it started not in the same time with the euro and as the same time as the euro US dollar did. So I expect some more movement from this asset in the next few moments. So I open a short position with dollar Japanese yen, and I invest $250, and we open call option or higher options, you say, for the price to go above. As you can see here on the graph, there is a bullish trend forming now in the next few moments, so that's why I opened my trade. And do not forget that my capital is big enough, so 250 euros is only 0.2% of my capital that I'm using my trading. On the platform here in the 24 option, I have currently invested like 2,000 euros, so my account is not very big at the moment. But if I need to hedge my trades, or if I need to, involve hedging in my trading, I can use different brokers or use different financial instruments for this, as we do it every day on for 7 hours in our closed webinar. As we expect this movement from the dollar Japanese yen, let's take a look at what's going on in the graph. It's the Euro US dollar graph, and here's the dollar Japanese yen graph here. So the price had some resistance here as it touched the levels of 111, 150. On the 15-minute graph, the picture might look better. But as you can see here, with the current trend, we have a big reversal here. And if you look at the Euro US dollar, just to compare the movement of the US dollar right now at the moment, the distance the dollar breach with the euro, especially that it's not very, it's stronger than yen right now at the moment. We did not see the reaction to the yen yet. Especially, of course, it's because the Pacific session is not yet open. But that's why we expect this rate to be in the green zone. And as you can see, we'll probably need to hedge it. That's a pity. But nonetheless, let's move to this asset then. And current level now, I'll hedge my position with 625 euros. I missed a very good entrance point as the price was at the, and maybe I'm gonna get it again. Let's wait for our, yes, for the good entrance level. And I missed it a little bit. The good entrance point was right here. If I would press the button a little bit earlier, my risks would be more minimized. And let's see how the price is gonna behave itself after we open our trade. I expect some reversal from this position. As you know, we have another position open here. And let's continue with the analysis of what's going on. Here on the Euro US dollar, we had a reversal from here. But again, a lot of people, when they trade, they try to catch the reversals with Bollinger Bands. Right now, why I'm using the current strategy on my open webinars is that I want to make sure that people understand. We're currently looking at the 1-minute graph, you have 15-minute graph, you have 30-minute graph. But everywhere here, you have right now the trades that you have a lot of candles breaking the lower Bollinger Band and they're not reversing. So if you're catching a reversal with 15-minute trades, 30-minute trades, or in 4-hour trades, sometimes, and here like on the 4-hour trade again, the price has breached the Bollinger Band so many times and reversed just maybe 3 times here. And do not forget, it's a 4-day movement. So that means for aggressive traders, it's a big trap. So you have to avoid it, and you have to know how to avoid it. Question from our follower. Why I'm using only Bollinger Bands? I do not use only Bollinger Bands. Just when I'm trading my webinar and I open short positions, it's easier for me to just follow the graph with the Bollinger Band. That's it. And follow the trend movement. And another very interesting movement of the asset is the US oil. As you can see, it rose rapidly today, and looks like the next target for the US oil would be 50. And you know, 50 is a psychological level for the US oil. So this is the next trade we're gonna open. Uh, let's see what's going on with our trade with our Japanese yen. This trade already is in the green zone. Here we missed the target a little bit, but we came back to the levels where we opened our first trade. So as you can see, sometimes short-term trading does not bring a lot of fruits, but still our hedge works. And in 4 minutes, hopefully we are taking our profits, both with our loss covered by this trade. So let's open the trade with the U.S. oil. Let's catch this bullish movement from the asset. And here I'll invest with the oil on the short term is a dangerous asset to trade. That's why I do not invest 150. I invest 100 euros to this position just to make sure that in case I'm gonna need to hedge it twice, I will not need to invest a lot of capital at this position. So we missed maybe a better entrance point right now, but the distance is just 3 pips. That's barely nothing on this asset. And let's talk about the big news that we're waiting for. The British elections that are going to happen on 8th of June. And our closed webinars, we are creating a closed group for this special trading. And if you are interested in finding out how to grab those enormous profits that people talk about when Donald J. Trump won, how they grabbed their profits from the market, how this happened again when the French elections. We're gonna cover this event, the global event for the market, for the eurozone, for the world as well, and the volatility of the market itself will be crazy. That's why we expect a lot of profits from those days. So If you want to join our group, do not forget to. And if you have any questions about the trading, or you want to join our closed webinars where we trade 7 hours a day, you email Michael Goldberg. Sorry, folks. So right now at the moment, what just happened with the U.S. oil? Let's see. What is our expiration time here? The expiration time that we have is in 2 minutes, and we have 5 pips distance. So let's take a look on 1 minute graph to see if we need to apply any trace to this movement. As you can see, what we see here is a small reversal from the U.S. oil position, and what we expect here is further movement to the higher levels in the next few minutes. As you can see here clearly, as the graph shows you, this is the movement that you have to follow if you want to maximize your profits. And let's see what's going on with the dollar Japanese yen, as our trade is very close to be it's on the edge right now at the moment. And let's try the next trade that I'm gonna open, probably with the another dollar asset. We will try to open it with to catch the maximum distance. So we will open a very safe trade that I'll recommend to our followers today. So in the last seconds, our trade closed with a 3 pips distance. As you can see, that's why I said the entrance point for us was not perfect, as the perfect entrance point was here. So what we're gonna do right now at the moment, the position that I can open right now, we have 2 positions to hedge. And as we can see, let's check out the movement on the graph. Here, this is the movement that we need. I hedged the position with the US oil first. We might have took a better entrance point right here at 795, but this entrance point does not look that bad, so we expect further movement. So let's talk a little bit about how you do your trade on the big reports, like I told you before, the British elections. The reports like NFP or like the big events like elections, they cause big volatility on the market. When I say what I mean by big volatility is that the prices, the spread between the prices in the first few minutes of the release of those big news is about 7 cents. For the market, it's incredible. It's really incredible. It's 70 cents. I mean, I'm sorry if I said 7 cents. So let's take a look at what's going on with the prices right now at the moment. The Euro US dollar had a small reversal, and let's see how the price is gonna behave, because we might have some movement to the upward levels here, as the price already dropped for a few hours, and here the euro might take some strength back. The US oil trade went to the green zone, so we'll wait for 3 more minutes to grab the profits out of it. And the profits I'll grab from this trade, I'll straight reinvest into my dollar Japanese yen trade. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Dollar Japanese yen right now at the moment. And the trend is bullish right now. Oh, bearish. I mean, oh my God, making so many mistakes today. So this recovery from the dollar looks like it stopped on both of the assets that we were keeping an eye on here on dollar, euro, US dollar, and the dollar Japanese yen. As you can see, we're currently watching the minute graph, and there are some similarities when you trade on the rapid movement from one currency pair. That's why I can trade on both assets like euro and US dollar and dollar Japanese yen. But when you trade every day, you cannot copy your trades on both assets, as the asset might be different all the time. So those situations on the market can be really unexpected to some of the traders, and this is not the way to diversify your capital or to minimize your risks, unfortunately. So we have 2 minutes till we grab our profits here. The dollar Japanese yen. Again, let's see what's the broker price right now at the moment. If we will see that the dollar will weaken right now, as we can see the movement just stopped, we might catch the reversal with the longer trade. So what I mean by longer trade is that you can see on the 4-hour graph the price has passed the middle Bollinger Band, and it reflected back. And that movement we are just we might see the reversal right now on the 1-minute graph, as it might happen. We can test this position with a small amount. Maybe let's try to invest 100 in this position. Not to be too crazy about it. And here's the good entrance point, and we will hopefully grab it. So the next behavior of the asset will clearly show us if the bearish trend that we've seen for the last few hours will continue. As you have seen before, there were situations when the price looked like that it would go to upper levels and it was trying to reach the upper Bollinger Band, but still, the bearish trend won in the end. And as sooner as we get to the Pacific session, probably the more aggressive dollar will be, at least till 2 a.m. So let's see what we have here. So we grabbed the profits from this trade. Very good. And maybe it's time for us to enter the both trades, as our reaction will follow as soon as we see the reaction from the graph, if the price will be able to pass the middle Bollinger Band. If it will pass the middle Bollinger Band and will move to this lower levels, we might expect the bearish trend to continue. If not, the reversal might continue to the upper levels here. Do not forget, as I said before, the dollar will be weakening now, and it's the policy of the US administration. It's really important to remember about it. And hopefully all our traders opened the trade as I suggested yesterday. The big gap and the price of the Apple finished with 149.50, and we've opened all our trades on CFDs, on Forex, on everywhere, and yes, the price opened with a big gap, $3 gap. Fantastic trade. And today we expect that Apple will grow a little bit, and maybe this is the trade that we're gonna open now. So we move to stocks, and the dollar in the Apple position, I'll invest $100. Why I'm investing hundreds now, right now at the moment, is that if I grab the proper movement, I can invest them as soon as I'll have this movement for quite some time. As you can see, the rapid movement from the stock started basically, let's see on the graph. Here we have 5-minute graph. It started with the open of the market, of the US market. Then the price relaxed a little bit, and now we see that the price might grab some more power, as I say. So let's take a look what's going on with our trades here. Let's open the line graph. The Apple stock just faced its resistance level 153, but it's probably it's gonna next few moments, so I do not worry about this trade. The trade with dollar, euro US dollar, we caught perfect. Not the best entrance point, but looks like this movement is gonna be enough for us to grab more profits. And we do not forget that we have the dollar Japanese yen to work with as well. So the Apple trade, let's give it a little bit more attention to it. Yes, we'll see on, let's check out the 15-minute graph, that the strong resistance point is about here on 153, and the price already bounced off one time from this level, but came back. And just for me, it looks like it's the matter of time when the price will hit 154. Maybe it's gonna happen in the next few hours. So I'm gonna invest a little bit more in this trade right now, and I'll just do it more long term. I'll invest 250 euros in this trade, and my expiry time will be at 9:50, let's say. Yes. Wonderful. Um, so, um, we have 6 seconds here to grab our profits. The trade closed with profits. Congratulations if our my followers from the closed webinar copy my trade still. Even though, as you remember, if I'll have a perfect trade for the small capital, I'll announce it. And the very good trade right now is also British pound. As you can see, the dollar Japanese yen is good that we left this currency pair for the moment as the price went to the flat zone. As you can see, there is no movement. In the last few minutes, no movement really. And what I expect here is the probably movement to lower levels because the price just does not have enough strength right now. And looks like the dollar lost its strength a bit. Let's see what's going on in the monthly graph. Here we see some awakening, but let's see if it's gonna continue because you have fake candles, as traders call them, all day on the graph. So, a question from Dennis: how do I join your closed webinars? You have few options. For the newcomers, I want to announce it as well. We have our closed webinar of live trade where I trade 7 hours and I make sure my followers see my trades and we earn money together. And I explain my market analysis and we prepare for big term, long term trading projects. And that's how we make our profits. We're a team of traders, and if you want to join our team, you have 3 options. You can either buy a subscription, or you can get a free week entrance if you deposit with the broker that we work with. Why you will get subscription if you deposit with the broker if you're a new client to them? It's because the brokers, they pay for their new clients. It's not a secret for anyone, and that's how our team of traders also makes sure that we stay online and we get the best market analysis in the market that we can get. So a good thing about depositing with the broker as well is that you can also always withdraw your money and you do not need to test my trading. You just can follow my webinars and use your demo account to make sure that you can grab real profits with our team of traders. So, the movement on the Apple graph. Let's see what's going on with our trades right now. Both of the trades went to the green zone, and this trade will close in 10 minutes, so we expect pretty much a lot of profits if the movement will continue to the zones that we expect it to go. Here, this trade looks more optimistic. So I'm not really sure if we need to hedge, if we need to get involved with the dollar Japanese yen again, but we can test this position now. Let's try to get the maximum out of the dollar Japanese yen, the maximum as we can get. And here's the bearish trend as I expected. We just missed this opportunity, and let's make sure we grab it while we have a chance. Not the best entrance point for us, of course, but let's see if this movement will continue. We're currently looking at the 1 minute graph of the dollar Japanese yen asset. If you have any guesses or you have your suggestions where we should trade right now, do not forget the chat is open for our followers, and I'll make sure I'll take a look on the possible situations for us to profit right now. By the way, after we had some on the 1 minute graph, there is some movement here on the dollar Japanese on the US oil as the price bounced off from the levels of 49.50, and maybe it will bounce back to the levels of 49. So this is another trade that looks good for us, and the dollar Japanese yen trade looks like it will go to the zones that we need in a matter of a few minutes. So let's talk a little bit about how can we pick up the news? How can we react to the movement? Another perfect movement from gold, and I explained yesterday what happened with gold. As soon as we had more weakness from the US dollar and more instability, and today we had few incidents around the globe involving the American army as well, and the gold went up. But as soon as it touched the levels of 1265, a very good turning point for the gold, a very popular one, it bounced off and bounced off really rapidly. As you can see, the movement that happened is just the fall for $20 and the price for gold. It's a good disc to handle in a matter of few hours. It's a good movement. Here on the dollar Japanese yen, we have a strong recovery, and let's see what's going on. And maybe the bullish trend from the dollar just regained its strength. Let's see what's going on. Here I do not clearly see any movement. It's the euro US dollar, and let's take a look at dollar Japanese yen. Interesting movement right now. Another perfect indicator of what's going on in the market that I'm using in my training is the British pound. The movement that happened today looks fantastic, and that happened in the last few days, and what just happened now looks simply amazing. This is the movement of 4 hour. It's a 4-hour graph for the British pound US dollar, and as you can see, in the matter of 30 minutes, price made a huge movement, and this is the trade we also might use to grab our profits, even though the US dollar, the British pound looks like it might recover. Let's take a look at what's going on the modeling graph right now. The price is just in a clear flat zone, so it's not the asset that we want to work with. So we do not enter the trade here. The dollar Japanese yen surprisingly had some rapid movement here, and where this is the entrance point that we entered, and right now, yes, the distance is big enough. I do not think that the price will recover to the zones that we have here. Well, we not. We clearly do not worry about it as we hedge in anyway. And we have another trade closing at 940, and both of our trades with Apple, they are in the green zone. Unfortunately, the time of our open webinar is running out, so a big reminder for my traders and for my followers, make sure the assets we have to keep an eye on is the gold, and we're gonna start our trading tomorrow with gold, as clearly if dollar weakens, gold will recover tomorrow. And this is the trade maybe that we'll have to open up with the opening of our closed webinar tomorrow. And another trade is, of course, that we're gonna keep an eye at is the dollar Japanese yen. If you look at the Euro US dollar movement that happened in the last few days, we're talking about the beginning of May. The dollar was 1.68 and went to the levels of 111. Simple math for everyone, that's a 50-cent distance. When we look at the dollar Japanese yen, the movement that we caught, we opened the trade on the 114 level. Here is this level. Yeah, we've opened our trade here on the Forex, and the target point that we expect here, I'm currently looking at the 4-hour graph again. We expect the price to move to the levels of 108.9 at least, and reverse maybe from 108.500. That's the reality, folks, and I do not think that dollar will make any profits out of being too strong against the yen. And this movement that I expect, the movement from the Japanese yen to lower levels, will definitely happen with the opening of the Pacific time. For our viewers from those zones, of course, it's a fantastic opportunity to grab your profits. For others, especially for my followers from the closed webinars, we meet tomorrow. We open our trades, and we will start our trading day with this movement that we expect. So, very fine evening to you, gentlemen. So I will finish my trading session now. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you made money with us. As do not forget, the most important part in our trading and our webinars is making profits, and we make them 5 days a week for already live for already 2 years. So do not make sure you trade with your profits and not use a lot of your initial deposit core in your trading, and have a very good evening. This was Michael Goldberg, and have a good day, evening and morning as well to our Australian people.